50 Cent is shaking the internet to its core, hinting that his upcoming documentary will unravel a shocking, hidden connection between Diddy and Justin Bieber, one that could leave the public reeling. Sources close to the situation suggest Usher might unknowingly be the link that brought the two together, setting off a series of events now under intense investigation. Behind closed doors, whispers of rising tension suggest even Usher is growing uneasy as 50 Cent inches closer to unveiling what he claims is the undeniable truth. With 50's track record of exposing the untold, many are bracing for what could be one of the most explosive reveals in music history, one that may forever alter the way fans view some of the biggest, most influential figures in the industry.
Surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way you would present the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it. Just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them, and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little odd.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z? That
was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. So I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally is...
50 Cent has officially partnered with Netflix for a documentary set to drop in early 2025. What started as a straightforward project has quickly morphed into a much larger, far more explosive investigation. In a recent interview, 50 Cent confessed that the process has become overwhelming, with new allegations involving Diddy surfacing almost daily. Just when the team thinks they've locked down the story, fresh claims and revelations send them back to square one. 50 compared the experience to wrestling an octopus. Grab one arm, and several more latch on, each uncovering a deeper, more disturbing layer of scandal. While the constant twists have made production a major challenge, they've also turned the documentary into a much more thrilling, evolving investigation that may uncover far more than anyone could have anticipated.
You don't throw out allegations, but you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't have this shit in my past.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
not that it's real enough.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy.
I didn't fucking give her a drink so she forget what the fuck happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drinks. I gave me the fucking drug to perform. So she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the fuck? Yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. I don't know why it's so hard for people
so
just
for
to
people to feel like you would have something, or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too. This is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues, and what a celebrity's issues will be.
Wait, what does that mean?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip-hop culture could think.
Whispers within the entertainment world suggest a powerful inner circle connecting figures like Diddy, Jay-Z, and Usher, often linked to notorious names such as R. Kelly and Danny Masterson. Now, a disturbing claim is resurfacing, allegations that Usher played a role in introducing a very young Justin Bieber to Diddy, allegedly allowing the 13-year-old to spend significant time under his influence. Critics argue that, given Usher's own past experiences at a similar age, he should have stepped in as a protector, not remain passive. Some believe he may have distanced himself, possibly out of fear, loyalty, or a desire to avoid getting further involved. These resurfacing claims add a chilling layer to an already dark narrative, raising uncomfortable questions about silence, accountability, and how cycles of exploitation can quietly continue behind the facade of fame and success.
D and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old teenager. And we were speaking about just the statement.
Right.
The statement, you were saying you felt like that was calculated.
That was, the statement is something you can tell it's written by a lawyer. Because there's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. He says, you're going to find out, how I'll handle this. And that's an attorney want to be combative with another attorney. That's not your publicist wouldn't say that.
Right. This is on your, this is on, it says, I don't know what's going on, but are we still going to have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah, I'm asking for Kendrick. I'm just trying to figure out if we're still doing everything the way. Because they will fall back, but the NFL, they won't necessarily be associated to that.
Right. Why do you not insert yourself, but you're on top of every topic, right?
Yeah. I'm just watching. I'm participating. I'm being part of culture. I'm just telling my opinion.
Right. Look, because you're part of the culture.
I can't say anything now. I'm out of it. I'm going to Dre's studio and just sit with Dre alone.
Right. For years, Usher has spoken openly about the intense pressure and mistreatment he faced early in his career. And now, many find it deeply unsettling that another young star, Justin Bieber, may have been subjected to a similarly toxic environment years later. In a recent emotional interview, Bieber broke down in tears, reflecting on the overwhelming expectations, hidden regrets, and personal struggles he battled while growing up under the public's eye. His raw honesty revealed a far more troubling reality about Hollywood: the crushing demands placed on young talent, the manipulation they often endure, and the long-lasting emotional scars it leaves. These moments serve as a sobering reminder of how fragile rising stars really are and why the entertainment industry can no longer turn a blind eye to its toxic culture of exploitation. Without real safeguards, compassion, and accountability, countless lives risk being quietly shattered in the unforgiving pursuit of fame.
Seeing the victim, they not seeing that boy that got rushed to the hospital. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute. And his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there. But you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like. What kind of fucking asshole do you gotta be to take another boy, another talented boy, and put him in your place so it ain't gotta be you no more? Because that's what pedophiles do. They get victims, and then once they get to a certain age and they get too old for them to enjoy them, they send them out to go get other young kids. Now, if Usher is a procurer, and if Usher knew what was going to happen to any of those young children that he took to the Flavor Freak-Off, is he a good guy? Especially considering what happened to him. Especially considering that he sat Howard Stern, and Howard Stern said, would you send your kids to Puffy's Flavor Camp? And his immediate response was, hell no! So it's good enough for everybody else's kids, but it's not.
Friends in a strange way, you know.
Like Robin Big.
Yeah. It's like exactly.
I'm big and you're Robin.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, to a lot of us, he's like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid to call and ask for advice. He's somebody that, in the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that, you know, we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person. Besides his talent, you know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know.
Justin, you. You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also while you're out.
Got me a Lamborghini.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Apparently not.
In a recent appearance on The Howard Stern Show, Usher opened up like never before about his teenage years spent around Diddy, reflecting on how he was thrust into an adult world far too soon. Looking back, he described trying to navigate an intense lifestyle that no young artist is truly equipped to handle. Usher admitted that those formative years left a deep mark on his understanding of fame, power, and the hidden, darker truths lurking behind the glamour. His candidness has sparked tough discussions about how easily young talent can be swept into overwhelming situations without the right guidance or protection. More than just a personal revelation, Usher's words highlight a critical truth. Hollywood's duty doesn't end with discovering stars. It extends to safeguarding the emotional and moral well-being of the young lives it draws into its powerful, often dangerous, orbit.
Living in this shame, living in all this sort of stuff of my past, and I wasn't able to move on.
Do you think the person that the you of then was on a path of self-destruction?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would have, for sure, 100%. Yeah. It would have been no bueno. It was bad. I don't know if I'd be alive, for sure. It was dark, but I want to definitely tell my story so that if that resonates to anybody, that they can hopefully learn from it.
Well, for me, you know, music comes from somewhere.
Right.
Maybe it comes from this youthful naivety and this desire to escape something. And then you get out there in front of the world, and then it comes from a place of wanting more of it.
Yeah. I mean, just think about how young I was and so impressionable. And you have everybody telling me how awesome I am at all times, you know, and like, I just want people to understand like the psychology behind why I potentially could have problems in my life. So yeah, thank you for being here and helping me tell that story. But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted, encounters, and, I just want to protect her, you know? I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. Yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
Do you realize how important your story is? Every time I have a conversation with someone who's been through this unique type of experience, I'm searching for some kind of truth that can help.
I commend you for going there and asking the tough questions and the things that people don't want to talk about, and they don't want to go there because it's revealing, and I want people to take a look at my story. And
former bodyguard Gene Deal has recently resurfaced with chilling allegations about what he claims to have witnessed while working for Diddy, suggesting that troubling incidents involving both Diddy and Usher were quietly acknowledged within certain industry circles. Deal reveals one particular event that was so severe Usher reportedly required medical attention afterward, an incident that allegedly sent shockwaves through Hollywood, even though it never became public knowledge. In the aftermath, Deal suggests that rumors surrounding the event led several high-profile figures to discreetly distance themselves, retreating behind closed doors to avoid public backlash. While these accounts remain unproven and continue to be debated, their resurgence has sparked a much-needed and uncomfortable conversation about how young artists are treated off-camera. The culture of silence that often shields powerful figures and the moral duty of industry gatekeepers to protect, not exploit, the trust of rising talent are issues that demand urgent attention.
I have a problem sleeping to this day. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, and I'm telling him, look, you're going to put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there. You got Craig Mack in there. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs?
to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was,
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. You know, I had like,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Mind me asking, because I know the topic is sensitive. What happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that. And they may be doing something. They may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
What did you hear?
Bro, you know how people be talking and we was around some people, something like that. And then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when people say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas. Man, I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, nigga was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard, and that's what happened. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bro, I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room. Had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth. Now I'm telling that because you taking up for somebody that you know and a lot of more people know didn't do you right when you was at Diddy camp. Y'all put it together.
And what you mean by Diddy camp?
Remember? He was on one of the talk shows. The white guy with the curly hair. What's his name? The white guy with the curly hair. And he said, yo, would you send your son to Diddy camp? And Usher said, no. Ask him why he won't send him to Diddy camp. But yet and still you praise him.
Damn, man. And you said that, I know you can't go into detail, but you said that it was a situation where Diddy sent him to the hospital?
Let Usher explain that to you. Let Usher mama explain that to you. And the hospital was in...
Diddy has consistently spoken publicly about his close relationship with Usher. often implying a bond that goes far beyond a typical industry partnership. Archival footage from past parties, award shows, and exclusive events repeatedly shows Usher at the heart of Diddy's inner circle, further solidifying the idea that their lives were closely intertwined during that period. They didn't appear as mere collaborators passing through the same rooms. They seemed to exist within the same social, musical, and personal sphere. This visible closeness has only fueled public curiosity, leading to tougher questions about the true nature of their relationship and the deeper influence they may have wielded within an entertainment industry where fame, loyalty, and power often merge behind closed doors.
Don't sit on the bed at night, no homo, no, just don't get close to the bed, don't get close, but it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man, it's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not, I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should
Fresh off the guard stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, just out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest songs in the world. And
what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid.
Rumors are swirling that federal authorities may be reviewing private recordings linked to Diddy, with multiple reports indicating that the FBI is examining material that has never been made public. Former bodyguard Gene Deal has repeatedly stated that what the public knows so far is just a fraction of what he claims happened behind closed doors, insisting that the most disturbing details have yet to surface. Deal alleges that several young stars, including Usher, Justin Bieber, and the late Aaron Carter, were drawn into troubling situations influenced by Diddy, often unaware of the full scope of what they were being exposed to. If any of this alleged evidence proves as serious as insiders suggest, it could represent a critical turning point, not only leading to potential legal consequences but also sparking a long-overdue reckoning that forces the entertainment industry to face uncomfortable questions about power, protection, and accountability, issues it has long ignored.
Threatening other actors, people. Somebody got to get involved in it. If it ain't the state, let it be the feds. Somebody got to stop him. He lucky that God given him the opportunity to be stopped while he's alive, then have to go to hell and face that shit. He got a chance to repent now, change his life.
You mentioned minors, and a lot of people have been trying to drag Justin Bieber into this situation because there's a lot of suspect looking videos with Diddy and Bieber in it, and they're making a lot of allegations.
Mm-hmm. Same way they made allegations about Usher when Usher was younger.
Do you think that there's any credibility to these allegations?
When there's smoke, there's fire. Why would Diddy be tapping his kid in his chest to see if he wired? And asking him, are you wired? Why would he be confronting that kid? Why would Justin Bieber make a song about, what is it? I got smashed at a Diddy party or something like that? Why? There's reasons behind all this. So where there's smoke, there's fire, Cam. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, Justin, he's been real quiet about this. I think like a lot of the other celebrities.
I was reading some, Cam, And the kid said, after he went to Diddy camp, he started using drugs so heavy and was smashed every day. What would cause a kid who wanted to be an artist in the music business all of a sudden to start getting high and drinking and drugging, popping pills and smoking? What would cause a kid to do that?
I mean, usually trauma.
Speculation is mounting that federal investigators are now scrutinizing flash drives and video recordings allegedly tied to Diddy, with insiders suggesting these materials could have significant repercussions. Multiple sources indicate that these files were originally gathered by his late ex-wife, Kim Porter, and later handed over to close associate Courtney Burgess for safekeeping. Burgess has since been named in an ongoing federal investigation and is reportedly cooperating with authorities, a development that has sent shockwaves through Hollywood. Some sources claim parts of the recovered material may have already been presented to a grand jury, raising serious questions about the breadth of the evidence and the potential revelations that could soon come to light. As the investigation intensifies, the situation surrounding Diddy grows more precarious, signaling a possible turning point that could not only alter his legacy but also ignite a broader reckoning about power, silence, and accountability in the entertainment industry.
Those statements include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury. Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if they were. Right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let
be.
me rephrase it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all, to be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized,
Yeah,
meaning
victim.
this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing.
Reports now suggest that more than 36 lawsuits have been filed against Diddy and several figures from his inner circle, spanning both civil cases and criminal investigations, sparking a legal storm that has the entertainment industry on high alert. Legal experts warn that the outcomes could send shockwaves through the music world, with the potential to dismantle one of its most powerful and enduring empires. With each new filing, another piece of a once untouchable web of influence seems to unravel, exposing the depth and far-reaching nature of these connections. And if Diddy ultimately falls, many believe he won't be the only one. The focus is now shifting to those around him, raising a chilling question. When the full truth emerges, who else will be dragged into the spotlight?
Interviews, we're not going to do it, without doing our due diligence, because obviously, these types of allegations are very hurtful to people if they're not true, and very hurtful, frankly, if they are true. But if they're true, you shouldn't have been in the room and you shouldn't have been participating. So I anticipate that we're going to start filing lawsuits, and it may not be big names at first, but we have a long list of names, and you might imagine in situations like this, that when a victim tells us that this person was in the room or this person participated, we want to do as much due diligence as humanly possible before we file that case. Because in the United States, in almost every state, public filings are in fact public. And, when you name somebody in a lawsuit, the press is going to pick it up, and we're aware of that. So we're going to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's. And I expect that there will be some people named in these lawsuits. Another instance, another minor told allegedly by Sean Combs that he would make him a star, but he needed to visit with him in private about it, away from his parents. Once they were in a private area, allegedly Mr. Combs made the victim perform oral sex upon him. Another incident, an individual 15 years old at the time, flown to New York City to attend a party, was drugged, and then taken into a private room, allegedly in the presence of Mr. Combs, where this female individual, minor, was raped, and then other individuals took turns raping her. Another individual, 26 at the time of the occurrence, was picked up allegedly by Mr. Combs and several other people in a black SUV from the airport, was given one drink in the SUV, and then literally woke up the next day not knowing what had happened, but with pain and damage to both her vagina and her anus, where she was dead. She then went to the hospital. She was missing her underwear and her shoes. Another instance, an individual, this time not a minor, attended a group dinner.
As more evidence emerges and additional witness testimonies come to light, the true extent of this controversy is starting to come into focus. What once appeared to be isolated allegations now seems to be part of a much larger, deeply entrenched pattern within the entertainment industry. Yet, despite the mounting revelations, the investigation is still ongoing, its final outcome uncertain but its potential impact monumental. Many believe the results could reshape Hollywood's power dynamics in ways few could have anticipated. The question now looms larger than ever: is this the moment true accountability finally breaks through? Or will the system once again protect those at the top, allowing the truth to fade into obscurity? Let us know your thoughts. Do you believe justice will be served this time, or are we simply watching history repeat itself?